Welcome to my Passion Travel channel, a channel specializing in street food and travel. Mechoui, spit-roasted lamb, seasoned and slow-cooked until tender. Mechoui is a traditional Moroccan dish that involves slow roasting a whole lamb or lamb shoulder. This method of cooking results in tender, flavorful meat with a crispy exterior. Mechoui is often associated with festive occasions, celebrations, and special events, making it a popular dish for gatherings. Here's a general overview of how mechoui is prepared. Ingredients: whole lamb or lamb shoulder olive oil garlic, crushed or minced, cumin paprika, coriander salt, and pepper lemon juice, fresh herbs such as parsley or cilantro for garnish. Instructions: prepare the marinade. In a bowl, mix olive oil, crushed or minced garlic, cumin, paprika, coriander, salt, pepper, and lemon juice to create a flavorful marinade. Marinate the lamb. Rub the lamb thoroughly with the marinade, making sure to coat it evenly. Allow the lamb to marinate for several hours or overnight in the refrigerator, allowing the flavors to penetrate the meat. Preheat the oven or grill. Preheat your oven or grill to a medium to low temperature, as mechoui requires slow and steady cooking. Roast the lamb. If using an oven, place the marinated lamb in a roasting pan. Slow roast the lamb at a low temperature, turning it occasionally to ensure even cooking. If using a grill, you can use a spit to roast the lamb slowly. Baste the lamb with the marinade or additional olive oil during the cooking process. Check for doneness. Mechoui is typically cooked until the meat is tender and falls off the bone. This slow roasting process can take several hours. Rest and serve. Allow the mechoui to rest for a few minutes before carving. Garnish with fresh herbs and serve with traditional Moroccan side dishes like bread, olives, and salads. Khobz, traditional Moroccan bread. Khobz, also known as Khobz or Khobz in Arabic, is the general term for bread in Arabic-speaking countries, including Morocco. In Moroccan cuisine, Khobz typically refers to a round, flat bread that is a staple in daily meals. It is an essential part of Moroccan cuisine, served with various dishes, used to scoop up stews and tagines, or as a base for sandwiches. Here's a simple recipe for making Moroccan khobz. Ingredients: 4 cups all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 tablespoon salt, 1 tablespoon active dry yeast, 1.5 to 2 cups, warm water, approximately, olive oil for brushing. Instructions: activate the yeast. In a small bowl, combine the active dry yeast, sugar, and a portion of warm water. Let it sit for about 5-10 minutes until it becomes frothy. Mix dry ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, combine the flour and salt. Combine wet and dry ingredients. Make a well in the center of the flour mixture and pour in the activated yeast mixture. Gradually add warm water while kneading until you form a soft, elastic dough. Knead the dough. Turn the dough onto a floured surface and knead for about 10 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. You can also use a stand mixer with a dough hook for this step. Let the dough rise. Place the dough in a lightly oiled bowl, cover it with a damp cloth, and let it rise in a warm place for about 1 to 2 hours, or until it has doubled in size. Preheat the oven. Preheat your oven to a high temperature, around 450 degree F, 230 degrees C. Divide and shape. Punch down the risen dough and divide it into small balls. Roll each ball into a flat, round shape, about 1 4-inch thick. Bake. Place the rounds on a baking sheet or a preheated baking stone and bake in the preheated oven for about 10-15 minutes or until the bread is golden and puffed. brush with olive oil. Once out of the oven, brush the tops of the khobz with olive oil for added flavor and a glossy finish. Serve. Allow the khobz to cool slightly before serving. It's traditionally torn into pieces and used to scoop up foods or as a base for sandwiches. Sfenj, Moroccan doughnuts, usually served with sugar. Sfenj is a popular Moroccan street food that can be described as a type of fried donut. These deep-fried pastries are often enjoyed as a snack or breakfast item. Sfenj has a fluffy interior and a slightly crispy exterior, making it a delicious treat. Here's a simple recipe for making Moroccan Sfenj at home. Ingredients: 4 cups, all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon, active dry yeast, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 cups, warm water, approximately, vegetable oil for frying, powdered sugar for dusting. Instructions: activate the yeast. In a small bowl, combine the active dry yeast, sugar, and a portion of warm water. Let it sit for about 5-10 minutes until it becomes frothy. Mix the dough. In a large mixing bowl, combine the flour and salt. Make a well in the center and pour in the activated yeast mixture. Gradually add warm water while stirring until you form a sticky dough. Knead the dough. Turn the dough onto a floured surface and knead for about 10-15 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. You can also use a stand mixer with a dough hook for this step. Let the dough rise. Place the dough in a lightly oiled bowl. Cover it with a damp cloth and let it rise in a warm place for about 1 to 2 hours, or until it has doubled in size. Heat the oil. In a deep fryer or a large, deep pan, heat vegetable oil to about 350 degree F, 175 degrees C. Form the sfenj. Wet your hands to handle the sticky dough easily. Pinch off a portion of the dough and shape it into a ring or a figure 8 with a hole in the center. Fry the sfenj. Carefully place the shaped dough into the hot oil. Fry until the sfenj is golden brown on both sides, turning as needed. This should take about 3-5 minutes per side. Drain and dust. Use a slotted spoon to remove the fried sfenj from the oil and let them drain on paper towels. Dust with powdered sugar while they are still warm. Serve. Sfenj is best enjoyed warm. Serve them as a delightful snack or breakfast treat. Sardines. Freshly grilled or fried sardines, a coastal treat. Grilled sardines are a popular and delicious dish in many Mediterranean countries, including Morocco. Here's a simple recipe for making grilled sardines, Moroccan style. Ingredients: fresh sardines, cleaned and gutted, olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, minced fresh parsley, chopped ground cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper. To taste instructions. Prepare the sardines. Rinse the fresh sardines under cold water and pat them dry with paper towels. Make sure they are cleaned and gutted. Make the marinade. In a bowl, mix olive oil, lemon juice, minced garlic, chopped parsley, ground cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper to create a flavorful marinade. Marinate the sardines. Coat the sardines with the marinade, making sure to get the mixture into the cavities and over the skin. Allow the sardines to marinate for at least 30 minutes to let the flavors infuse. Preheat the grill. Preheat your grill to medium-high heat. If you don't have a grill, you can also use a grill pan on the stovetop. Grill the sardines. Place the marinated sardines on the preheated grill. Cook them for about 3-4 minutes per side, or until the skin is crispy and the flesh is cooked through. Be careful not to overcook, as sardines can become dry if grilled for too long. Serve. Once the sardines are grilled to perfection, transfer them to a serving platter. Drizzle with a bit of extra olive oil and garnish with additional chopped parsley if desired. Dates. Fresh or dried dates are commonly found and are a sweet snack. Dates are a staple in Moroccan cuisine and are widely consumed as a snack, dessert, or incorporated into various dishes. Morocco is known for producing high-quality dates, and they are an integral part of the country's culinary culture. Here are some ways in which dates are enjoyed in Moroccan cuisine. Fresh dates. Fresh dates are commonly consumed as a simple and natural sweet snack. They are often enjoyed with a cup of Moroccan mint tea. Stuffed dates. Dates are frequently stuffed with various ingredients, such as nuts, like almonds or walnuts, cream cheese, or marzipan, creating a delightful combination of textures and flavors. Date pastries. Dates are commonly used in pastries and desserts. One popular Moroccan dessert is sello, a sweet and nutty mixture that often includes ground dates. Date syrup, silin. Date syrup, known as silin in Morocco, is a sweet syrup made from cooked and pureed dates. It is used as a natural sweetener in various recipes, including desserts and drinks. Date smoothies. Dates are blended into smoothies or shakes to add natural sweetness and a caramel-like flavor. Combining dates with yogurt and other fruits creates a delicious and nutritious beverage. Harira, soup. In some regions, dates are added to harira, a traditional Moroccan soup often consumed during Ramadan. The dates contribute sweetness and richness to the soup. Date bars and snacks. Dates are commonly used in the preparation of energy bars and snacks. When combined with nuts and other ingredients, they create nutritious and convenient snacks. Date-filled cookies. Dates are frequently used as a filling for cookies, creating a sweet and chewy center. These cookies are often enjoyed during special occasions and celebrations. Date palms. Morocco has extensive date palm groves, and dates are sometimes enjoyed straight from the palm tree, offering a unique and fresh experience.